Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's your boy, Rodfather 916. And it's Monday, which means it's time for another episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 2, Episode 19. A Cinco to Mayhem. I'm back. The episode in Zion began with the girls in good spirits because, last episode everybody, people are healed, they're feeling better, people got the dance on. Even the first lady of the Pentecostal church, Mary, had her dance on, so it's good. Everybody's in good spirits. Some people are hungover, but everybody's in smiles. And then hell froze over. Yes, ladies and germs, hell froze over. Heather and Lisa went horseback riding. Heather and Lisa went out together. Jen and Whitney, not bad, went ATVing together. And then you had Jenny, Meredith, and Mary Crosby. They went to spa day. Heather and Lisa are really getting along. They're enjoying each other. Mary, at least, nobody's more surprised than Lisa because they've been mortal enemies. Heather acknowledges that she recognizes that Meredith has not been attentive, she's not been the friend, and that Lisa's gotten beaten up, her face almost ripped off by Jen Shaw because of her friendship with Meredith. A lot of people just beating her up. Maybe they're afraid of Meredith, I don't know, but people are beating the crap out of Lisa. And the two bonded. They're talking, having a good time, smiling, laughing, giggling. Heather and Lisa. Okay, I'm back. Because it's such astounding. These people don't like each other, but they're having a good time. And they started to just match stories. Was there a memorial? Could Meredith be lying about her dad's memorial? The day that Jen got arrested, Jen told everybody that Sharif was in the hospital, her husband, Coach. And Lisa called Meredith, said, hey, listen, I don't want to bother you, your father's memorial. And just want to tell you what's happening. Well, Heather had a conversation with Meredith as well about the memorial. The difference is this memorial's on 2 different days. The big bus was on a Monday when they were going to Vail, and Jen was getting arrested. Heather talked to her on a Tuesday, so which is it? Is it Monday or Tuesday? Was there a memorial? Meanwhile, on the ATV in the dirt, you got Whitney and Jen talking. And, Jen is just really hurt. And Lisa and Whitney had some real pointed questions like, is there something you've done to her? Because Jen is saying, on one hand, we're buku buddies, we're best, and then we're not friends. So just wishy-washy. And she's hurt by that because she thought, like Lisa, that they were best friends. Maybe they're not. Maybe not. And so Whitney was like, can you think of something that happened last year? Because this is personal. So meanwhile, the other women are at the spa, and they're getting massages, and Jenny's trying to have a conversation with the ladies, sharing bits about her life, the problems she's having with her husband, and going to counseling, how he refuses. And at one point she asks Mary, who apologized the night before, and things seem to be on the mend, saying, well, what's happening with you and Robert Sr.? And Mary says, listen, I don't know you that well to be telling you personal stuff about my life. And you know what? I'm on Mary's side. Look. There are certain things I can tell you, some surface stuff, but I'm not really willing to go deep in there with you because I don't know you like that. So I can respect that. So it's time. The fabulous Jen Shaw is going to have a Cinco de Mayo party. It's going to be outdoors, and it's shamazing, because that's how Jen rolls. And before the party, Meredith goes to Whitney and says, I got a question. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, because Jen told the Fed she was tapped out. And now if we go to this party and partake into the things that she supplied, we might be guilty. Huh? Does that mean that... Does that mean, if the feds caught her, she'd have to cough up the food? I'm looking at you with my good eye. Good eye. One of them. Don't make sense. So before the party gets started, and I missed a sick, Mary goes into her room and she calls Robert Sr. And she wants advice from him, like what should she wear to the Cinco de Mayo party. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards a second. And she's asking him and telling me, I've got this gold number, I got this thing here, what do you think? And he doesn't say anything, and then the next thing we know, we hear water flowing in the toilet. Home cheese is taking a piss. Bravo is so messy, and I'm here for it. I'm sure they didn't think it was funny to listen to a man take a piss. What? Sound like a 60-year-old man taking a piss. Don't ask me how I know it's not important. So anyway, back to the party. At the party, it's laid. This is shamazing. This is Jen. This is what she does. There's mariachis, the whole 9 yards. And she gives everybody gifts, but she tells people not to open them. Turn out these were gifts that she had planned to give before her great arrest. And these were custom-made snowflake necklaces of diamonds. Extravagant gift. But guess who didn't give us back? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Meredith. You little hypocrite, you. You didn't get that back? So at the table, people got questions. This is the housewives. People got questions. They want to know why. Jen wants to know, where was Lisa? He's supposed to be one of my besties, because Jen, Meredith, and Lisa, top tier, and then there was Mary, Heather, and Whitney, bottom tier. Remember, Jenny's the new girl. She's the Wookiee. Not for long. Anywho, and feelings are hurt. And Lisa and Jen is saying, listen, I need you to be consistent. And then you got Heather. Heather's sort of a gooey center and saying, listen, she may not have been there for you then, but she's here now, and she's trying to make amends. Essentially, that's what she's saying. Meanwhile, in this corner, you got Jenny and Mary, And Mary is being nasty. And this is bothering a lot of the ladies. It's like, why does Mary get to be nasty to all of us? Get to be foul to everybody except Meredith? Why is that okay? So they were talking about who paid for it, and Heather said the husband's paid for it. And Mary says, well, you don't have a husband. And Heather said, you don't have a husband. And then Heather said, you ain't got a husband either. You basically married your step-grandfather. I fell on the floor, y'all. Fell on the floor. Rolled off the sofa on the floor. Needed help getting up. All right, Heather, who knew you had that in you? She didn't miss a beat. Bam! And it's off. The table is here, there's stuff here, there's stuff here. You know, everybody wants to know why does Mary doesn't like Jenny. Everybody thought it was squashed. Mary saying, well, listen, I don't like her, she gets on my nerves. Well, I told you why she don't like her, because Jenny ain't going to take squat from Mary. It's just that simple. It's not happening. And they're falling over, and and Lisa's like, you're the first lady of the church. You're the first lady of the church. How are you going to talk that way? At one point it gets really heated, and Lisa's like, basically, you're a woman of the church, how can you talk this way? And Mary saying, look, the whole congregation hates you. I don't think Lisa's ever been to the church. The whole congregation hates you. Lisa comes back, you ain't got a congregation. Everybody know y'all stealing and intimidating people. I'm telling you, it was hot. And then, of all things, Mary turned to Whitney, somebody she's been terrorizing, her one and only friend. And I have a congregation, and Whitney's basically saying, But then Whitney's come back, she said, listen, you are a woman of God. God loves everybody. How come you talk to people this way? How come you treat Jenny that way? You're the first lady, and if you believe in God and God is love, and she got Mary. Mary couldn't come back on that. There was nothing to come back on. And so she said, well, people attack me. In fact, no, everybody here is fake. Everybody's fake friends. The only true friends here is me and Meredith. And me and Meredith don't talk about you. Boom. Lisa is crushed. Meredith is not saying, yes, no, that's not true. None of that. It's not happening. Meredith is a combination of hurt and pissed. And she runs away. And there's so much going on that Heather doesn't see. I think Heather would have run after her. And people are like questioning, like, what? And so Whitney just went for it. They all went for it. It says, we have questions. Was there a memorial for your dad? Talking to Meredith. Or was there a memorial for your dad? They're different. Meredith explodes. I told you not to talk about my father. I told you not to talk about my family. Well, listen, Meredith, they're not talking about your family. What they're talking about is, was there a memorial? And if there was, what day was it on? So that's where we are. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. All I can tell you is Miami, Jersey, Atlanta, Potomac, New York, y'all gonna have to step it up. Beverly Hills, you can't be a one-topic issue. You can't be a one issue or one topic for the same, or one bit of drama for the whole season. Because Salt Lake up to Annie. Orange County, Debbie DeBro, whatever her name is, y'all suck. I tried 2 episodes. It hasn't gotten better. Thank you for watching. Rodfather, wish you love, joy, and happiness. Bye now.